Hi, Davi here, and today we have a new episode in the art review series. And today we'll be checking out the work of Serif Karasu here on Instagram. And I think I was recommended, or this artist was recommended on Instagram, so um, that's pretty cool. And just looking at their work so far, overall, I think they have a thing for traditional mediums, and I do often see them using like pencil in their work. They kind of remind me a little bit of Eleeza. Let me just write their name down. Um, I could type it, but I do have a notepad here. You know what? I'm gonna type it in a different tab. Even the way they do like these soft colors, it reminds me of Eleeza as well, just because she often likes to use these like stumps or tortillon something to blend or to create like these soft sort of strokes. They look like smudges, but they're a bit cold, I guess. Yeah, let me just write Eleeza on the side. Eleeza Ivanova. Right? Let's zoom in. Look at that. Pretty cool. Now, are they using pencil? I do think so, but their strokes are kind of harsh, or they're kind of hard, meaning they don't, like, it doesn't look like they smudge easily, so maybe they have some kind of hard pencil. And their hatching is kind of minimal. It's not everywhere, but they do have it in their work. Look at this. Pretty cool. Now, I'm not sure why, because I believe, oh yeah, aside from his more traditional stuff, because I think recently he has been focusing more on traditional, oh wait, what are we doing? On traditional mediums, right? Especially like the pencil, complemented with these soft sort of gradients. I'm not sure why it's taking so long to load. Like, what's wrong with my freaking system? Anyway. And it's not like they complete the whole thing. They're sort of focused on one area, right? And as they go further out, it kind of disappears. Like you see less and less strokes. But yeah, wait, let me just... Oh my god. I'm just trying to fix something. The images are loading kind of late, which is kind of annoying me, but... Oh my god, come on, pop up. I'm guessing it's because the images are big. So as much as it's buffering on my end, at the very least, or the positive side to this is, when it does open, you do have a high quality image. Oh my god. You know what? I'm gonna click it. I can't even click the post. Oh my god. Like, you have no idea how I'm raging on the inside. Oh, I do like the way the hair was blended. The hatching is very consistent. And I do like this kind of hatching where it's not cross hatching, where the lines sort of go along with the form. To me, it's more visually like, oh my god, look at how late that was. Like, I clicked on that image seconds ago. And only now it's like, oh my god. Like, you have no idea, but there's so many tabs being like repeatedly opened. Oh, sorry. Like, I have the same tab or the same image opened in multiple tabs. Like, I'm gonna go berserk anytime. Okay, back to this tiger. Or yeah. Look at how almost everything is just focused on the face, right? And then as you go further out, it does become a lot more abstract. I think we've tackled an artist who's kind of like this, where they're very sort of abstract. I'll try finding them and mentioning them in the description below, but yeah, they have, like, they focus on the contour lines, as you can see over here, right? But they're not even that exact. They're sort of simplified as well. And some spots here for the, I'm guessing it's like a leopard based on the spots. I do like it. It's like tempered, like the face is kind of the main thing, right? But further out from that, it does get a lot more simple. Interesting, zooming in, I do see some blue pencil marks. Maybe that was the initial sketch, and then once they've finalized or set that down, then they commit with a darker sort of graphite pencil. And then maybe as an after thing, I'm not sure, I'm guessing maybe they add the smudge colors or the smudged hues. Or maybe it's powder, who knows? Maybe they do that before they add the pencils. Or the graphite pencils. Kind of a king. Oh my god, it's taking forever. Maybe I'll just zoom in. How about this? I'll just zoom in. Do you see how long that took? I may have to do something in the like after this video. I may have to tweak this. Oh my god. Okay. Oh Now, if you're watching the video, you're probably thinking like, what's going on? Like, you don't even know what's happening. But trust me, it's like everything is late, and you have like the same image being opened in multiple tabs. So it's like I'm going crazy anyway. And they seem to stick to a few colors, pinks and blues. It reminds me of the character from Arcane, the main chick. I haven't seen the show. I know people say, "Oh, watch the show," but it seems like I have to commit. But if it doesn't have a lot of episodes, maybe I'll watch it. I do like the style though; it's very interesting. It's very like geometric. Anyway, yeah. Like when they do the lines, they're not trying to. It seems more shape-like or shape focused than it is form focused, right? Like you don't feel the I mean, you can fill in the gaps yourself, but the illustration or the sketch itself, I don't think they're prioritizing volume too much. I think it's about the shapes, even the way they do the hatching. Like look at the way they filled up the beard with this like consistent hatching technique. Like you can fill out that shape and make it noticeable from far away. Excuse me. I'm not sure what kind of paper they're using though, because I do like its texture. My bad, someone was just calling me. So if you heard like a vibration, it was a call. Anyway, I mean, look at this hand. Look at how jaggedy it is. Like, it's definitely less smooth than, say, the face, which I see way more curves in, like, the head, the face. I mean, even the hair seems to have a lot more nuance, but the further you go out, like, the strokes become a bit more aggressive, right? Like, you see more angular stuff happening. This one's cool because it's very minimalistic, right? I think she's holding some kind of fruit or fruits. Yeah, they're kind of soft, shading, or it's not even shading. You're just adding like the color for maybe the hair and these like ball things, but they're not constrained within the shape that's made by the line. It kind of goes out of that, so it can look like messy, but I think it works for this kind of look. As much as you see a lot of texture and a lot of these like smudges, it feels very clean for some reason. Look at this guy. Oh, I do like this coat. Oh my god. It's so late. Anyway, oh wow. Very fashion-esque. Very flowery, very sort of energetic. Even if the pose itself is kind of, I mean, this person is just standing, right? But the pose is kind of, or the jacket, I think, and the chaos within that, I think it's making it very, like, it's adding the energy. So you don't see a lot of movement maybe from the body, but because of the amount of diversity within this coat, it does give a certain kind of energy that compensates for that lack of bodily movement, right? And you're adding like the reds or pinks and the blues. I think it's a good thing. It's a good combination alongside the graphite sort of sketching. And again, look at the way they're hatching. I don't see lots of cross hatching, meaning perpendicular types of lines. I do see it a bit here, but I think it's more of an accident than anything. They're a bit more, like the lines tend to go with the form, which I do prefer. This one definitely has a lot more hatching than the other pieces. I mean, the hair, even the face, the way it's hatched. In a way, it kind of reminds me of Otto Schmidt a little bit, like the facial proportions for some reason. I'm gonna write his name down. Otto Schmidt. Otto. And there's another guy, I think he's like Ukrainian. Vyazlev. I'm butchering the name, but he likes to use pencil too. I'll just say Ukrainian pencil guy. Because I think that's his favorite medium, pencil. Ukrainian pencil guy. Vyacheslev something. Anyway. Let's look at more stuff. Wait, let me just see my time here. It's been, oh, not too bad. 13 minutes-esque, or ish. These ones are pretty cool. Can you please open this in the new tab? Please? Without taking, oh, it's taking forever. I'm guessing they did this digitally. My guess is they did this traditionally, but they scanned it and then reversed image or inverted it. That may be it. Or maybe they have like black paper and then that's, or toned black paper, and then they used this white ink. I'm not sure what kind of ink you would use to create this though. I think they're using some kind of calligraphic pen where one side is flat and the other side is super thin. It feels very fashion-esque or fashion-coded. Yeah. But again, the bulk of their work is more like this. But this one seems like it's digital to me. Ooh, I think it is digital. But you can tell it's still their style, like the way it's drawn. It has like a scratchy vibe to it. But also there's like a proportion thing. Oftentimes the face is gonna be, it has way more softer curves. As you go further out, it does get a lot more scratchy, more angular. I'm trying to think of artists. Maybe pixmilk. Let me write her name down. Pixmilk. Um, they do color their work, but I think the way they draw is very similar, or it's kind of similar. There's also another guy, Well B something. Well dash B. I think this is the guy. Serif. Pretty cool. So whether it's traditional or digital kind of mediums, I think they do have like a focus on lines. Like that's a consistent thing in there. You know what? Let me just focus on this guy. Wait, can I open it in the new tab? Oh my god. Anyway, look at how for each image, even though they're kind of different, they're very similar in that all of them have lines. They're not afraid to sort of leave the background empty. I mean, for all of these like pieces, I think this one has this and maybe this guy. Maybe not so much this guy, but you know what? Not even this. I think all of them don't really have backgrounds. It's mainly focused on one kind of subject, usually some kind of person. Lots of experimentation as well, but it's all sort of tied in with their line work. Their line work is kind of focused on contours with some hatching, not cross hatching. It's more like it follows the. I mean, for example, for this kind of post or image, this part over here around the shoulder, the hatching is kind of, it's almost like a flower, right? And I've seen this kind of hatching often in their work as well. It's not just the for example, there's the hatching you see in the hair, right, where it follows the form, and then you have the even for the fingers here, but also you see this sort of zigzaggy kind of line, but there's like a curve, a slight curve in the end, so it almost looks like a flower or a set of leaves. I do see that alongside the other kind of hatching. Pretty cool. Like it's so experimental, but yeah, and in a way it's kind of minimalistic. Like they're not pumping so many. Like it's not too saturated, but I think they're very conservative in that way. Ooh. You know what? I have seen this in some editorial or fashion, like this kind of approach or style in like those spaces. Editorial work, fashion work. Oh, cool hand. Very minimalistic, right? Oh my god, it's taking too long to load. Anyway, look at this hand. It's kind of like a mannequin in a way, right? It's their own version or own way of breaking down the parts of the hand. Like this is clearly the palm broken down into like 3 major parts. This part of the thumb, or the bit of muscle or fat that's connected to the thumb, and you have both of these. Like one side is more connected to the finger, the pinky, and then this sort of other piece of like flesh at the top and middle connects to the 3 fingers in the middle. So, and sort of this bone as well that sort of protrudes in your like wrist. So yeah, I think it's good to find ways to simplify the figure or any kind of body or pretty much anything in your own kind of way, because there's so many like mannequins out there, but the only one that really works is the one that works for you. It's not like you can copy a mannequin. I mean, if it makes sense to you, then obviously it's gonna work, but in most cases you have to adjust and sort of develop your own means or way of breaking down complex things like the body in your own way. Right? Again, as you go further out, it does get more simple. You know what? Kind of reminds me of Maki a bit. Like their line strokes, Maki, Maki, Maki. Yeah, the hatching is definitely a lot more continuous in the head, and then you see like the leafy, flowery hatching which I mentioned earlier, as you go further out. Pretty cool. I mean, even the colors look so nice. Oh shit. And I like how they can draw the face and illustrate it in. I think it's good to study these types of artists because they've developed like their own shorthand for, like, they know what to add, what not to add when drawing faces. For example, oftentimes the top part of the eye, that line, is connected to the eye sometimes. Not always, but I've noticed that. And sometimes the eyebrows, maybe in this angle, it sort of connects to the top eye line. So it's pretty much one shape. And the nose, the nose is always like a difficult thing because sometimes there are people who don't even add it. Like, it's just a shadow with no detail, but it still seems to work. I do think they're using some kind of toned paper because I don't think it's totally like white. I'm not sure if it's because of the photo, because I do think, I'm not sure if it's scanned or if it's like photographed. Come on, load faster. Okay, I'm gonna skip you. Wait, this reminds me of a guy from a movie. Like, it was a gangster movie in like the 19 somethings. And they had like one violent scene where they were just fighting with, like, it was very bloody. I haven't seen the movie, I've just seen like the clip, but I think the main character looks like this guy. Look at the hatching though, I do like it. Right? Like, it doesn't seem too contradicting. Because there's a kind of hatching that sort of takes me away from the artwork, and to me, my opinion, it's cross hatching, like that perpendicular contrasting lines. I think it's too much. I mean, for this strokes over here, let's say in this chest area, yeah, they're kind of going at each other at an angle, but it's not perpendicular, so it seems to blend a little more. I'm thinking of I think the guy's name is Sean Murphy. He's a comic artist, so maybe I believe I think the guy's name is Sean Murphy. Hopefully I'm right. But he has like a similar hatching too. Sean Murphy, or the zigzaggy kind of hatching style, and where the spaces in between those lines are kind of big. And that's I'm not the I think it's some kind of powdered brush or powdered thing when they do add like these colors or these hues. And again, that blue pencil line, I'm guessing that was done beforehand. That was the initial sketch before the graphite. My guess. I like the hands, like the insides of it. Like, you can feel like the folds, like the inner folds of the palms. Pretty cool. Let me check my time. Okay. Oh, they do have some inks. Oh wow. Yeah, I'm guessing that we saw like the black sort of piece earlier with the white ink. I think it was done in this way. Black ink on white paper, and then they just reversed the image or inverted it on Photoshop or in Photoshop. Yeah. It's always the reds and the blues and the dark gray. This one is digitally done, but you can tell by the way, just the line work, the way it's drawn, it's very them. The hatching is kind of flowery, right? The sort of abstract lines that are more common as you go further out from the main thing. And the main thing, the main sort of focal point is the face, the head, where it's a bit more detailed, less abstract, where it probably has a lot more nuanced strokes. Further out from that, the legs, for example, a very abstract shape. Look at that. But this one I think is in ink. Oh my god, load. I'm guessing it's the size of the image because it's pretty large, right? Or again, it could be one of my recording sort of things that I'm doing in the background. I may have to tweak something. Yeah. Nice tiger. Wow. It just feels a lot more free, like you're not I guess it's because it's way more expressive. Like it's not a typical way of rendering where it's kind of photorealistic or semi-realistic. Maybe the proportions can be a little bit, but they sort of allow themselves to break away a bit. Well, not a bit, a lot from that. And because of that, I think it's why it looks a lot more artsy, more artistic. It kind of reminds me of Yoji Shinkawa a little bit. Yoji, let me type his name. Yoji Shinkawa. Like his concept sketch of Shinkawa. Now, sure, a lot of people don't like that when it comes to design because it's kind of vague. And it's too like sketchy or whatever, but I think it's undeniable, pretty much, by the vast majority of based people, that it's still cool. Like it's the kind of artwork that sort of encourages you, that motivates you to make art yourself. And to me, that's like a good benchmark of a good artist or good artwork. Like, can your artwork encourage or motivate, inspire other people to draw? You know, or pick up a pen and start drawing? Why can't they open this in a new tab? I'm very annoyed. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna cry. Because I do like the color schemes. And again, look at the colors. Are they that saturated? Okay, it's doing the whole opening, the same image over and over again, so I'm kind of angry. Anyway. Yeah, the kind of flat coloring underneath. Some texture that's super light, like paper texture. The soft kind of smudges. It's not really like a smudge. It's more of like it almost looks like an airbrush in a way. But the point is, it's not like meant to be constrained within the lines, unlike the colors at the top here. I do like the mask and the highlights or the bottom lighting, indicated by the yellow sort of color. Yeah, anyway, look at the colors. They're not that saturated. They're a bit on the lighter side. Like, they're more tinted, right? With like white or something. And look at the hashing. It's just so dynamic. And they allow that to sort of seep in and work with the colors, because sometimes artists, when they do the line work, they often focus on the contours only because they do plan on coloring or adding some textures after. But I think the hatching here does a big part in contributing to the final sort of look. Like, without the hatching and it's like these like the diverse set of strokes, I think it's not gonna make their artwork look as poppy. So they do think of that when they do their work, right? Like, even without the colors, the hatching along with the contour lines, it's gonna look super cool on its own. So I guess that's it for this art review of Serif. Pretty cool name, Serif. Because to me, I think of the text Serif, sans serif. And yeah, 22K. It's a good following, pretty big. I do like the tiger a little bit, and maybe this chick. Wait, I want to open this too. But then again, it's taking too long. I'll just wait for it. Because I want to end with something. The tiger is fine, or the leopard thing. It's somewhere here. Oh, there you go. Look at that. So you're seeing her from the back, kind of smoking a cigarette. She looks kind of pissed, but in a hot way. Like, ugh. I like the hatching in the hair as well. Look at how the lines go along with the flow of the hair. Pretty cool. And even the hatching in the face. Super cool. So yeah. So that's it for this art review of Serif Karasu. So I'm going to link this page in the description below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Oh my God.